13 WTHR, Indianapolis. Live from Indiana's News Channel, Tom Cochran, Ann Ryder, Bob Gregory's AccuWeather forecast, and sports with Dave Calabro. This is News Channel 13 Tonight.
Good evening, Indiana. I'm Ann Ryder.
And I'm Tom Cochran. We begin tonight with a new follow-up report on a startling story we first reported tonight at 6. Here are the facts. It is an organized crime ring run by adults who recruit kids to commit their robberies. Some 100 youngsters are involved. It began on Indianapolis's east side, but has spread to at least 5 states. The target, high-tech computer equipment at small businesses. Now, in another exclusive story, News Channel 13 reporter Jeremy Rogalski is here to give us the latest.
Well, Tom, we call our story Teen Soldiers of Fortune. Over the past year, police say these soldiers have stolen $3.5 million in computer equipment, much of it from Indianapolis. And let me show you now a most ironic place where the stolen computers have ended up.
Check if he didn't have his disc.
This is the newest computer lab at Howe High School.
Okay, now this is what exercise?
Freshman students, 13 and 14 years old, learning their way around the keyboard. But what these kids don't know, but will soon learn, is the computers they're working on are stolen.
We found out when the Indianapolis Police Department came in, a detective from there came in and told us that we had actually, in fact, purchased stolen merchandise.
Okay.
We were a little shocked.
Shocked because police also told school officials the thieves who stole these computers are also kids and members of a crime organization, which began here at Porter Park on the Indianapolis Near East Side. It's a playground where over the past year, police say kids hanging out to play hoops would be recruited by adults and taught how to steal. Indianapolis Police Detective Pat Donahue has led the investigation from the beginning.
Basically, what would happen is that one of the adults would come along and say, hey, how would you like to make some fast cash? Very little risk involved. So they would get 3, 4 of the juveniles together, equip them with the walkie-talkies, and away they'd go.
All centering around the basketball court.
Right.
The group evolved into more than 100 kids who called themselves the Porter Boys, named after the park. From here, the theft ring took the boys on jobs throughout Indianapolis. No specific area is immune. Over the past year, police tie as many as 300 burglaries to small businesses throughout the city. And so extensive is the ring organization that now 5 other states are involved, with stolen property totaling $3.5 million. Cities included are St. Louis, Charlotte, Virginia Beach, and Nashville, where police believe the Howe High School computers were stolen. In each, the pattern is the same. Adults get the teens to make the break-ins. The target is always computer hardware and software, and the payoff is big.
What's your biggest take on one burglary? How much money did you make on your cut?
I'd say about $13,000.
$13,000?
Yeah.
This 15-year-old riding along with police was a Porter boy who broke into more than 30 Indianapolis businesses, all of which use sophisticated computer equipment. He got caught and is now cooperating with police. We'll call him Joe, a boy who dropped out of school in the 6th grade and has made $60,000 in 6 months' time.
What'd you do, buy cars?
Yeah, buy cars and bought 4-wheelers, air bikes, radios, and clothes.
Anything you wanted?
Yeah.
It's a scenario Indianapolis Police Lieutenant Leslie White says is unstoppable.
How do you take a kid used to that kind of money and interest in him in a job that with his dropout in education level, how do I interest him in flipping hamburgers at a fast food place?
Meanwhile, back at Porter Park, teens readily brag about their involvement with the Porter Boys and the money they steal.
Porter Boys, you know, the only thing we're about is making money, hustling people, trying to get rich.
Wow. Trying to get rich. The one kid, $13,000 was his cut just on one.
That's it.
That's amazing.
Unbelievable.
What's in store for tomorrow, Jeremy?
Well, remember how we began the story about how high school purchasing these stolen computers? Well, they bought those in good faith from who they thought was a legitimate business. Tomorrow we'll tell you how these stolen computers get fenced.
Excellent investigative journalism, Jeremy. Thank you. And good work on the part of the police department, too. Thank you.
Thanks, Jeremy. Tonight, News Channel 13 has learned that a family who lost loved ones in the American Eagle crash has filed a protective order in court over the remains of personal effects and remains of the plane. Tom and Terry Severin lost a sister and 4-year-old nephew in the crash. At the crash site yesterday, they found what looked like human bone fragments, personal effects, and airplane parts, even though the site was reportedly thoroughly cleaned.
Piece that initially looked to me like a part of a corn stalk, but I knew this was a soybean field, and I took a closer look, and it was I think it's a bone splinter.
Well, that tells me that maybe they didn't do such a good job, or maybe they didn't complete the job.
Since lawsuits are pending, the protective order filed in court seeks to bar anyone from destroying or altering any remaining parts of the plane. News Channel 13 went to the unrestricted field in Roselawn today and also found what looked like plane parts and possibly personal effects. Well, the NTSB hearings into the American Eagle crash certainly started on a grim note today.
But you know they didn't end that way. A spirit of cooperation emerged tonight. Kevin Rader is here now with that story.
Tom, this was the day that everyone had been waiting for. The day ATR, the manufacturer of the turboprop plane that crashed last October near Roselawn, Indiana, would meet with the NTSB to talk about the plane, the ice, and the pilots.
Wednesday was the day many family members had been waiting for. Al Galliano was in the front row. His son Jeff was in the front seat as pilot of American Eagle Flight 4184. What Al heard was a call for more rigorous standards for plane certification. ATR engineer Andre Board defended the turboprop, but he also recognized some shortcomings.
Well, I think we have to maintain the current position concerning operation in so-called freezing drizzle, freezing rain condition, which is basically to avoid that. Now, I understand the difficulty to recognize them. Therefore, from an aircraft manufacturer point of view, we should address our effort towards helping the pilot to recognize these conditions.
To help accomplish that, ATR will test new de-icing equipment this weekend. The ice detection sensors could make the turboprop the first freezing rain accredited plane of its kind.
We want to increase safety. Safety is our first record. This was a tragic accident, and we need to make sure that even outside of the certification requirements, there cannot be another situation where this can be repeated.
The open and frank discussion of icing and how to better help the pilot detect and deal with it made the NTSB public hearing worthwhile for Al Galliano.
Already they're talking about the new de-icing. They're coming up with it, and they admitted the fact that there is problems with it, and I am just totally satisfied with what's really happening. And I just think this is just the beginning, and the lives that are gone, the 68 lives, they won't go down in vain.
Well, the ATR-72 turboprop that will be tested this weekend will be here in Indianapolis on Friday. The test pilot, Gilbert Defer, will be the first witness to testify before the NTSB panel tomorrow morning. Tom?
You know, Kevin, the hearings were supposed to wrap up tomorrow. Will they do so?
No. It's now hoped, Tom, that the hearings will at least wrap up on Friday.
But there is at least an emerging glimmer of hope out of a very tragic story.
That something positive will come out of this, Tom, yes.
All right, Kevin, thank you. Indiana Senator Richard Lugar is expected to throw his hat into the presidential ring tomorrow. Lugar advisors say he plans to make it official, his bid for the Republican nomination tomorrow on CNN's Larry King Live. News Channel 13 traveled to New Hampshire a couple of weeks ago where Lugar first signals his interest in running for the Oval Office.
Tomorrow is a big day at the Indiana State House as well. That is when House Democrats will begin poking holes in the Republicans' $14 billion budget. Critics claim caps on state hiring will leave new prisons without guards and child welfare offices without enough caseworkers. Educators fear the worst. They say increases for education will cover only the costs of inflation and nothing more.
There was some great sunshine today, but winter-like temperatures returned, and Bob is standing by with a look ahead.
Took a while, Tom. We finally got the sunshine in here about midday today, and some clouds, I'm afraid, are back on the move once again. But 20 degrees, that's our low so far for the day. The current reading also outside, and we're not through yet. Just a hint of some things to come. During the overnight hours, we're going to drop down into the teens with a brisk wind, so you'll definitely want to bundle the little folks up as they head out. Wind chill temperatures tomorrow in the single numbers at least. That's only part of the story of our weather coming through the weekend. We'll have the rest of it for you in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Bob. It was a very busy night in our sports department tonight.
Earlier, we saw the Pacers playing the Pistons right here on WTHR. And the Purdue Boilermakers tried to keep their Big Ten hopes alive, taking on the Iowa Hawkeyes. Dave Calabro has all the highlights coming later in sports.
And the registers hit tilts at lottery outlets around the state tonight. Powerball players hope to cash in on the $70 million jackpot. Get a hold of your tickets. We've got the winning numbers just ahead.
Judge Lance Ito sent another juror packing. We'll tell you what photos of the Simpson family had to do with the dismissal. Coming up.
Yes, sir! Why in blazes is there so much food in these Encore entrees, Private? Even a hungry soldier like me can't finish all this rich, meaty lasagna! Encore's a 2-pound family-size entree, sir. Son, the Corps is the only family I got. Then here's the drill. My family will report for duty at 1800 hours, sir.
Al, about these Encore Salisbury steaks.
We'll skate over here and play 7 tomorrow.
For tasting more, it's Encore.
Hardee's introduces this month's buy one, get one free sandwich of the month, the original Frisco Burger. Why? Because cable TV's getting expensive and auto insurance is high. And because your grocery bill is getting bigger, but your groceries aren't. Plus, McDonald's and Burger King can't give you anything like Hardee's delicious Frisco Burger on grilled sourdough. The Frisco Burger. Hardee's buy one, get one free sandwich of the month. Big taste, little money. And that's what people want.
It's coming this weekend, the Country Folk Art Show and Sale at the State Fairgrounds in Indianapolis, the leading folk art show in the nation, displaying hundreds of the best folk artisans from across the country, with top-quality handcrafted reproductions of early country life in America. Country furniture and cabinets, pottery and stoneware, quilts, hand-carved pieces, and thousands more country decorating needs for sale. Don't miss the Country Folk Art Show and Sale this weekend at the State Fairgrounds.
It's time to find some sun. No time for work, just fun. So it's ATA again. Yeah, on ATA, you're on vacation.
ATA's always low fares help get you out of the cold and into the sun. 14 warm destinations in all.
On ATA, you're on vacation.
Later on The Tonight Show, what's driving Jay crazy?
Jay, stop this crazy thing!
Well, maybe it has something to do with this.
That's the way they all became the OJ bunch.
Plus, the tape Don Johnson doesn't want you to see. NBC tonight. Then on Conan, shy and retiring weatherman Al Roker. Plus, that kid in the hall, Kevin McDonald, as Marcia Clark.
Television, baby!
Another juror in the O.J. Simpson murder trial got the boot today from Judge Lance Ito.
Now that makes 4 jurors who have been dismissed, the latest 48-year-old Michael Knox. Prosecutors complained that Knox had reportedly stared at a photo of O.J. while on a jury field trip. That violated Judge Ito's order. A 38-year-old white woman replaces him. There are now 8 blacks, 2 whites, 1 Hispanic, and 1 mixed-race juror seated.
A day of indecision in another highly publicized murder case. Attorneys for Susan Smith say they are still deciding whether to enter an insanity plea or a plea of guilty but mentally ill for her. The South Carolina woman has confessed to rolling her car into a lake with the children strapped in their car seats. Smith's trial is set to begin in July. Residents of a Philadelphia suburb are resting a bit easier tonight. Police have captured the 2 brothers wanted in the brutal murders of their parents and their younger brother. The brothers reportedly are skinheads. They collect Nazi paraphernalia and tattoo Nazi slogans on their foreheads. Neighbors say the 2 constantly challenge the authority of their parents, who were Jehovah's Witnesses.
Tonight's wanted mug is a long-sought violent fugitive. Eugene Lee Hill was convicted on numerous mail fraud charges stemming from the Hiawatha lottery machine case. He is also a suspect in the murder of a business competitor whose skull was crushed. Eugene Hill is 55, 6 foot and 180. His arrest carries an award. Call Crime Stoppers.
Hoosiers were giving up the green tonight, all for a shot at this week's giant Powerball jackpot of $70 million. Get your tickets out. We have the winning numbers coming up.
And a little later, a new option for contact lens wearers. Allison Gilman will have details in her healthcast. We're back in just a moment.
It's not the instrument. It's who's playing it. It's not the club, it's who swings it. It's not just the phone. It's the people who make it ring. It's the people who are always there for you. It's the people at GTE MobileNet. More than cellular phones, cellular service. Please let us know how we can serve you.
Why buy a Watson's pool this time of the year? Because prices will never be lower. And Watson's will give you free installation at 6 months, same as cash. So, if you're thinking of buying a round pool, oval pool, or deck pool, come on in and see. Dozens of models to choose from, all at guaranteed lowest prices. 24-foot Camille is only $12.99. That's a complete pool package with filter, ladder, vacuum equipment, and free installation. Other pool packages as low as $9.99. That's Watson's free installation sale.
Hold it. This isn't you, it's an older guy.
Oh, that was before I got rid of my gray hair with Just for Men hair coloring.
Come on, that's too natural to be hair coloring.
Just for Men. Apply and in 5 minutes rinse. Gray is blended away for a totally natural look.
Think it'll work for me?
In 5 minutes.
Just for Men looks too natural to be hair coloring. And now try Just for Men Color Gel for the hard-to-color hair of mustaches and beards. Brush in, rinse out. Just 5 minutes.
I don't know if they're teenagers or eating machines. They're still growing. But they consume massive quantities of food. This new chunky chicken pot pie from KFC, that sure fills them up. It's got big chunks of chicken. I mean, there's actually chicken in every bite. It really keeps them going until the next feeding.
Everybody needs a little KFC.
Now for a limited time, try the new freshly baked chunky chicken pot pie with a biscuit or cornbread muffin for just $3.49.
70 million bucks plus a little luck equals Powerball fever.
Hoosiers have bet more than $3 million on tonight's near-record jackpot. David McAnally with more.
One Powerball ticket. Powerball. It's a powerful thing.
24 Powerball tickets.
It's going to be like this all night long. And if the Powerball doesn't get hit, it'll be worse than this.
Tickets for the $70 million jackpot, the fourth largest in Powerball history, were selling at a rate of $250,000 an hour.
One computer paper. At my job, we got 24 of us together, give $1 apiece, and we went to 5 different locations.
But in case the office pool doesn't work...
I just knocked them in and bought 2 for me and 2 for my wife. In case we don't, we might.
Whether they let the machine pick it or did the numbers themselves...
They're just numbers that I have picked, and I just feel like they're lucky.
Just birthday numbers.
They had one thing in common. You feel lucky tonight?
Well, I'm just taking a chance, so I hope I'll be lucky.
Yeah. How many scratch-offs did you buy?
Oh, I bought 300. Kevin gives you a discount here of $25, so...
Not taking a chance on Powerball?
Oh, sure, I buy my 10-week ticket.
What do you do with that kind of cash?
I'm going to retire. What are you going to do?
David McAnally, News Channel 13.
Here they are, tonight's winning Powerball numbers: 16, 19, 20, 21, 35, and the Powerball is 33. Could be a lucky number for somebody in Indianapolis, huh? Number 33.
6 numbers that could change a life quite drastically,
Or
huh?
several
I
lives.
think I was missing the Powerball number there or something. I don't know. I'm missing a lot of numbers, but that's whoops, it's in my window there just a second. Before we get going here, as far as the forecast is concerned, you know, it's going to be a little cool here. We thought temperatures tomorrow are really more typical of the month of January. But what to expect during the month of March, this will give you an indication anyway of, well, where we think we should be. You see the sunshine should prevail on a half a dozen days, but most importantly throughout this, look at the high temperature. We'll jump from 44 at the beginning of the month to 57 will be the normal high at month's end. But also during the month of March, 3.7 inches of snow will come. And I've got 7 snows to go here, so that may work out just all right. Let's get outside our Skycam view of the capital city for you now. High clouds overhead, 20 degrees both here and officially out at the airport. Humidity at 59%. We're getting a north wind at 15 miles an hour, so all of a sudden our wind chill temperature is down to -4. Pressure's at its highest point so far for the day at 30.47. Rain-making front all off the east coast now. High pressure moving in quickly behind us. A chilly night, but you can see the clouds already pushing way out ahead. But look at the numbers, if you will, how this cold air is going to filter all the way down through the South Country, even on through Texas, and they're looking at a considerable amount of snow out in that part of the country. Recovery tomorrow, not too great, something more typical for the middle part of January, the way we see it right now. But gradually, we'll have one more cold day tomorrow. The core of this colder air will shift off to the east, so that means improvement for us. Here's the rain-making front out in the eastern part of the country. High pressure will take over. Then we're watching this mess with some freezing precipitation in there. Here's its progress, and you can see that southern Indiana, the most likely spot to pick up some precipitation, maybe a little snow in that area, more likely tomorrow night into Friday morning. So our forecast during the overnight hours, clouds are just going to continue to thicken up, but cold. By 8 o'clock in the morning, we'll be at 16 degrees, up maybe 2 from our overnight low, but still the winds will keep wind chills very, very chilly. Chances some flurries for us will come late in the day. Skies will be cloudy. We'll top out at 30, so with a strong wind chills again in the single numbers, or maybe even colder, so you'll definitely want the gloves and coat tomorrow. That's part of the story. Here's the way we finish it off now with the weather for the rest of the week. You can see temperatures aren't going to warm up a great deal, but another weather system comes our way over the weekend, and it could be some rain, sleet, or snow all mixed in. We'll be watching that as we head toward the weekend. So just bundle up for tomorrow.
Okay. And expect the worst. It's March.
Yes.
Thank you. Contact lens wearers want clear vision and convenience. That's something that isn't always possible with products that are out on the market today.
Healthcast reporter Allison Gilman is here with something that could change that for many people. Allison?
And AccuView is a major maker of contact lenses, and the company has now come out with a one-day lens that you can throw away at the end of the day when you're done wearing them. Patients who try these disposable lenses instead of the conventional ones reported less irritation and greater comfort with the AccuView one-day lenses. That's because these contacts aren't worn long enough to build up protein and debris deposits that can form on regular contact lenses, despite the fact you clean them all the time. The AccuView one-day lenses cost between $1.60 and $2 a day. There is no need to buy the cleaning and disinfecting products either. If you want more information, be sure to ask your eye doctor about this. For the first time ever, doctors have shown they can rebuild the immune system of people infected with the AIDS virus. This new approach uses sporadic infusions of interleukin-2, a natural protein that regulates immune defenses. This only works in HIV-positive patients and not those who've already developed AIDS. The theory is that the interleukin allows the body to make immune cells faster than the virus can kill them. And now scientists want to learn if this treatment could prevent patients from progressing from HIV onto AIDS, and if it might help them stay alive longer. And finally, is there anything to that Billy Joel song, Only the Good Die Young? Medical researchers say sometimes, but not always. Doctors at the University of California say results of their studies show honest, caring people tend to live about 30% longer than self-centered people, Ann. Gives us all something to think about, I guess.
Sure does. Thanks, Allison.
Mr. Calabro is here on what's been a busy night for you guys.
It has been. Pacers, well, they tried, but they just couldn't do it tonight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's one of those nights. Kind of like drinking a flat Coke. Had that taste to it. But the Purdue Boilermakers look strong tonight. We'll talk about that and tell you the latest on Dale Davis's injury. Hope you'll stay with us for sports up next.
Free environment.
Menards gives do-it-yourselfers an edge with low prices on skilled tools. Save on saws, drills, sanders, and more. This cordless drill is just $27.95. A router is $64.99. Give your walls a fresh look with Ed Wiggins paint. Inside flat paint is lemon-scented, making it ideal for painting in winter. Now $6.97 after mail-in rebate. Do it yourself and save at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Falling price. What would it sound like?
A crash. Clang, clang, clang. The prices do fall. They fall.
First it's like 12, okay, then it goes to 10, then it goes to 9.
It was $25.96, now only $22.96. It was $59.76, it is now $54.97. It was $28.96, it's now $24.96. We like our customers and we want to give them a good deal. Watch for falling prices.
There are a lot of reasons why your car might leak. Is your transmission shot? Well, maybe, maybe not. That's the reason AMCO performs the most complete diagnostic checkup in the industry. The fact is, half the cars serviced by AMCO dealers don't need a new transmission, so chances are that little leak won't end up draining your wallet. AMCO. AAMCO.
AMCO supports Mothers Against Drunk Driving. This St. Patrick's Day, wear the green and kiss a designated driver. You can live with it. AMCO. AAMCO.
We're here for a demonstration of smell-o-vision from Chili's. Now, Dr. David Von Hatten.
It all starts with a small fan. I turn it on, and the chicken fajita smell patterns pass through Chili's patented Smellotron. Now, a standard color TV has a series of red, green, and blue stripes. And when scratched, these stripes can digitally reinterpret the aroma of Chili's sizzling chicken fajitas. I love technology.
News Channel 13 tonight is brought to you in part by Chili's. Smell-o-vision is here. But to get a real taste, stop by your Chili's today.
We had a little smell-o-vision basketball on our air tonight. It's over, but it was fun while it lasted. The Pacers stumbled their way through 4 quarters against the Pistons here on 13. The 7-game win streak falls, and so did Dale Davis. Early in the game, Double D's going to the rack for the jam, and Oliver Miller hits him from behind, a little defense. Dale dislocated the shoulder, not the same one he had operated on. His status will be reevaluated tomorrow. From there, the Pacers went flat. Allen Houston had 13 by the break. Keep in mind he averages only 9 a game. And rookie sensation Grant Hill had a heyday. Alley-oop time. Pacers fell by 7 at halftime. Pacers did make a run at win number 8. Byron Scott gave him a spark with 10 in the second half. Game tied, 7 minutes left. Pacers with a big-time effort once again from Rick Smith. It's the one-hand hammer time. Rick with 24, Reggie added 14, but the Pacers with 21 turnovers. Joe Dumars and Grant Hill lead the Pacers. Watching the highlight show, Hill with 24, the Pacers lost 92-79. You'll have a chance to see the Pacers right here on Channel 13 again Saturday at home against Boston. Saturday, 7:30 here on Channel 13. NBA board for you. The Bullets won in 2 overtimes tonight. Scottie Pippen also looked good tonight. 27 points as Chicago rolls. The Lakers trailing Phoenix, Minnesota leading Sacramento, and Utah Golden State just underway in the first. Hey, congratulations to the Purdue Boilermakers. They've worked their way into a first-place tie with Michigan State in the Big Ten. The Big Dog saw his old team. He was with them tonight, big time. Robinson saw a classic game against Iowa. The Hawkeyes went to Chris Kingsbury. He had the stroke going here, the three-pointer. With 21 tonight, 41-40 Iowa at the half. Purdue cranks it up, though. Breaking the press, Roy Hairston finishes strong. Boilers back in it, 57-56. Iowa counters. Jim Bartles with 21 tonight. Hawkeyes hanging around, but it's Zoe to the rescue. Conzo Martin with 6 3-pointers. Purdue scores 17 straight points to win 92-85. Now, let's go to Rich Nye at Mackey for a post-game report. Rich?
Dave, Purdue got a tremendous scare from Iowa tonight, but the Boilers showed some poise down the stretch. But that Hawkeye press caused major problems.
It looked like we hadn't prepared any. But finally, we moved Brad Miller back to take it out, and he could see over their pressure man, and we got it in. And Zoe cut to the ball hard. We weren't cutting to the ball, and everybody was getting down there clutched in the baseline, so we're not supposed to do that. So, yeah, their press bothered us, and give us a big scare.
We did do a good job. It kept us in the game. I don't think there's any question that if there's one thing that kept us in the game, that was probably it.
I think our biggest fight is winning the conference championship, because no matter how hard we work, even if we come in second, I would feel that everything that's going down is going to get on win that championship.
Looking at the box scores and looking at the records, they all been playing together because each person has been stepping up, and that's what it takes for a person to have a good team.
A little endorsement there from the big dog. Conzo Martin was terrific in the second half for Purdue. 21 points. He carried the Boilers, and they win it 92-85. Purdue and Michigan State now tied atop the Big Ten. In West Lafayette, Rich Nye, News Channel 13 Sports.
Good stuff. Good to see the big dog. Here's the scoreboard. Make it official. Doggone it. Ball State lost. They're now 10-7 the MAC. Big Ten for you. Michigan now 10-5. And Penn State hanging around at 8-8 as they beat Ohio State 75-68. Now the baseball strike talks continue. And gee, what a surprise. After another 6-hour session today, the two sides still have nothing new to report. Meantime, the California Angels use replacement players for a game against Arizona State. Now that is worth the price of admission. Here's one positive highlight we left out from the Pacers game tonight. The Detroit mascot says, "In your face, big time," as he comes right into the house.
Scary.
We'll see you tomorrow. IU plays host to Illinois. Both teams are 8-6 in the conference, so big game.
All right, Dave, thank you. The final countdown is on for tomorrow's scheduled launch of the Space Shuttle Endeavour.
Coming up, a preview of NASA's latest space mission.
Ameritech presents the sale that asks, hey, what's that do? Question 1, what's automatic callback do?
Retrieves my retriever.
Let you return the last call you missed by dialing a simple code? Yes. Next, what's caller ID do?
It sees around corners.
Let you see who's calling before you pick up. Great. But how do you get special savings on these services designed around you? Call now. That's right. Special savings right now, only from Ameritech. Your link to better communication.
An event that towers above all the rest. New York Carpet World's monumental grand opening sale. Celebrating 5 new stores in Indianapolis and Lafayette. Awesome savings to 70% off America's best carpets. This Stainmaster, yes, 70% off. This wear-dated, imagine, 70% off. Crush-resistant texture, dense plush, stain-protected Saxony. All of them 70% off. Get padding free and 12 months credit free. Extraordinary. The monumental grand opening sale at New York Carpet World till Saturday night.
Hey, Cousin Dave, it's me, Mario. Hey, there you are, buddy.
Oh, boy.
Hey, Cousin Dave, I got a great idea for a new chicken sandwich.
Not that one with jelly beans.
No. This one has a Wendy's whole breast filet, a slice of Monterey Jack, and some creamy ranch dressing.
Why don't we add bacon and call it a Wendy's Monterey Ranch chicken sandwich?
Now you're talking, buddy. That sounds delicious.
And we brought it back 2 weeks ago.
Come in for a delicious Monterey Ranch chicken sandwich.
I knew this would taste good.
Me too.
Now get 25% off everything as the bankruptcy court authorized store closing sale continues at all 3 Indianapolis area F&M super drug stores. Shop the F&M store near you today.
Christians worldwide observed Ash Wednesday, many of them by going to church. Ash Wednesday marks the beginning of Lent, a 40-day time of prayer and sacrifice leading up to Good Friday and Easter. Many Catholics receive ashes on the forehead in the sign of a cross, symbolizing the surrender to Christ.
NASA is still hoping to launch the Space Shuttle Endeavour early tomorrow morning. In spite of bad weather predictions, a cold front approaching Cape Canaveral is expected to bring thunderstorms that could scrub the 1:30 a.m. liftoff. Endeavour is scheduled for a 16-day astronomy mission. That is the longest shuttle flight yet.
Bob's back with a final look at the weather tomorrow next.
You know, a lot of men don't believe that you can still get a great suit for under $200. We offer for $199 a 100% wool suit, and we believe it's the best value in clothing you can get today. I guarantee it.
Some call it God's country, a place where things come together like nowhere else on earth. Friends and neighbors, conservation and production, canopy and no-till. No other herbicide brings you both burn down and season-long control. So you start clean and stay clean. You and the land. Canopy, the no-till herbicide.
The virus spreads.
We got 19 dead. We got 100 more infected, spreading like a brush fire.
The panic rises.
260 million Americans will be dead or dying.
The greatest medical crisis in history begins.
There will be panic the likes of which we have never seen.
Dustin Hoffman, Rene Russo, Morgan Freeman.
We can't stop it.
Outbreak, rated R, starts Friday, March 10th at a theater near you.
If you don't want your fish swimming in these waters, try the world's greatest tuna sub at Subway. Chunk-like tuna, fresh baked bread, and all your favorite fixins. So remember, it's their way or Subway, the place where fresh is the taste.
Some people love the seafood or all the fresh fixins. But what gets most people is the crab. The Subway Seafood and Crab Sub. Subway, the place where fresh is the taste.
News Channel 13 tonight is brought to you in part by your Central Indiana Subway restaurants, the place where fresh is the taste.
Look ahead to tomorrow morning.
Well, as we mentioned at the top of the hour, it's going to be more like mid-January than it will the beginning of March tomorrow morning. Here's a look at what you can expect as far as temperatures are concerned. Wind chills, too, tomorrow will keep temperatures probably in the single numbers, if not colder. Maybe late in the day in our area of flurry, but there's some snow more likely tomorrow night into Friday south of the metropolitan area. 15 in the morning early, and then we'll look at a high of only 30 degrees in the afternoon.
We ones will need the gloves and mittens again tomorrow morning.
Definitely will.
The
And
big
us
ones.
too.
Yeah, big ones too.
All right.
Thanks very much for watching tonight.
The Tonight Show with Jay Leno is next. Stay warm, sleep well. We'll watch for you tomorrow.